This a Batman tune. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. Already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for I let my colors fly, ball. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'm Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any means. Little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch his step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but they Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
One Westworld.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld. The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make it little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking bones. I had to 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9/11, I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your dome. Keep cool, ain't no running up. Damn, now I'm coming up. They coming to kiss me, you dumb or what? You drawn, you done enough. They told me don't rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she know she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organizing. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge. Get admitted, I'm killing it. Case closed, I don't need a gavel. Know you hate it, don't even matter. New pay, still a
mic, but just never forget that I do not. Always have that fresh in your mind, that I feel absolutely nothing for your pain and your problem, because I know that all of your pain and problems are a test to make you stronger.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drown in a wave, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
Seeing if you're gonna step up into what's world, you're gonna run.
You stick to the end, you get glorified. Let's make it official, I'm one of them. One of the greatest is no exempt. It took me a minute to figure it out. I was struggling, and it made a man. I shuffled the deck and I played my hand. Just give me a reason to put them on you. Didn't believe that I had me a vision. Should I believe that you niggas loyal? We giving up game, they fumbling plays. I'm tired of talking, I'm racked out. Before that we started, they tapped out. I jumped in my duffel and blacked out. What you witnessing is elevation. Glory road to my destination. The haters is a celebration, and I put that on my reputation. When the fall, this a demonstration. Get sick and I know they hate it. One Westworld every season. Hot boy, this dedication. I'm giving game, I don't need favors. Go against it, you won't see the danger. You ain't family, you a damn stranger. I'll beat your ass, I don't need a baby. I don't got time for excuses. I'm plotting on making the killer. I'm getting the feeling, they know that I'm coming, I'm running. Let's get to the business. I was still playing my post, taking the rim like diesel. Don't run with too many people. I don't feel none of us equal. None of us equal.
And there are some brothers and sisters that know that so much, they would never leave you. They would never abandon you. Since you have to stay alive here, they'll stay alive with you.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drown in a wave, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. What's world? You stick to the end, you get glorified.
They're one West. 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 They're one West.
Man, that's crazy.
Hold on, let me make sure I got my shit right.
Oh man, this is not TV, man. We're doing the big out here once again, man. ISUPK and the Commander Junior Honda, man.
You heard about the mission to Acuna. This is the mission to Kensington.
The mission to K&A. we out here in Kensington, Allegheny. You know, it's a notorious spot in the city of Philadelphia. A lot of drug addiction, homelessness, a lot of poverty in the city of Philadelphia. It's famous, you know, across the world at this point. Man, y'all caught me eating some of this amazing food that these sisters done put together, man. Under Commanding General Yohana, we got some amazing spirits in this school, man. Raised up right, you know what I mean, to come out here to the hood, the gutter, and man, and we gonna do this work wherever we go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The water to Commanding General Yohana, putting that work.
Okay.
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture.
Okay. Homie, I've been
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and a brother or a sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna beat the
Just check before we start. Just check everything is up and running, Mosa.
Sweet.
Can you hear me? Check, mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
Mic is on.
Huh?
The mic is on.
Just check on YouTube for me before we start.
Yeah.
Huh? Let's have a look. Mic check. You can hear it, yeah? All right, clap it up. Clap it up. Mozart, clap it up. All right, we are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the command of General Yohana. And we teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people. Okay, we'll run through what we got going on in the school. From week to week, and then we'll jump straight into tonight's class. So Monday night is the law class, Tuesday night is the brotherhood class, Wednesday night the history class, Thursday night the scripture breakdown class, Friday is the Lashawan Kodash class, and that is the language, the ancient Hebrew, the Most High God's holy tongue, Lashawan Kodash. All classes start at 7 till 9. Okay, the live classes from the school, when our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the door is open at 394 Lodge Road. Come down, enter, come into class, bring your questions, bring your comments, raise your hand, we'll get straight to it. That is the Monday night law class, the Wednesday night history class, and the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. Did I say the Thursday night scripture breakdown class before? So they're the 3 classes that are live in the school. All classes are streamed live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Okay, so the Tuesday night brotherhood class and the Friday night Lashawan Kodash class is streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Friday night after Lashawan Kodash class, we have the live radio show with Captain Karathia and Officer Dungabar on the ends. That's the radio podcast. Feel free to come in, join in, call up questions, and Captain Karathia and Officer Dungabar will get straight to your questions, straight to your comments, and many times they're battling and debating on the ends. Okay, then Saturday morning we've got a Sabbath class live in the school. The school's open from 10 to 11. Then we hit the street for street camp from 12 till 5. Every fortnight, we're in Leicester City Centre by the Clock Tower. And then there'll be a class at Maidstone Road, the Caribbean Centre, Highfield, St. Peter's Estate. And then the fortnightly, the 2 weeks after that, alternatively, we'll be in Birmingham City Centre street camp again from 12 till 5. If you want to come to street camp again, bring your questions, bring your comments, we'll get straight to it. Okay, that being said, that's what we've got going on in the school.
That's right.
A lot going on in school. So tonight's class, let's get straight into tonight's class. Tonight's class is This Kingdom is Washed. How is this kingdom washed? This kingdom's washed because we're coming to the end of it. We're coming to the end of this kingdom. according to our records. Okay, we're coming to the end of this kingdom. Nobody knows the time, the hour. Nobody knows when the last day will be, the last hour in this kingdom. But we know from the prophecies in our records that time is dwelling upon us. It's nigh, it's close, it's near. Well, how do we know this? We know this because of the prophecies and the teachings of the loyal servants of the Most High God, the men of the Most High God. And what kind of things are we looking at in these last days, Mozart?
Like the signs.
The signs? What are those signs?
Earthquake in diverse places.
Earthquake in diverse places. Good answer.
War and rumors of war.
Potential war, rumors of war.
Kingdom against kingdom.
Pandemics.
Pandemics.
Yeah. Double standards, oppression, licensed robbery. Yep. All these things spell out and scream out that this kingdom is washed. When we say washed, okay, that's a street terminology for washed up. Washed up means finished, done. Draw the curtains, good night. Kaput, it's over. It's over for this wicked ass kingdom. And that time is drawing near. That time is nigh. Okay? For so long as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have had to put up with double standards, oppression, licensed robbery. I mean, we built the West. We built the Western kingdom, and we have had no acclaim to that kingdom, which the so-called oppressor thrives in today and reaps all the rewards from. They had 400 years of free work, free labor off the backs of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we can't even get reparations today. We can't even get paid for what our granddaddies went through and our grandmamas. Okay, and the type of things that we went through is beyond oppression. Beyond oppression. And still we sit up in this kingdom in their denominations and love them and pray for them to be saved. Well, guess what? In our records, there's no salvation for these heathen. None whatsoever. There's only salvation for us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we're going to demonstrate tonight through the law that this kingdom is washed, and the double standards that we bear witness to on a daily basis are just about over. Okay, any questions in class? Any questions in the stream, Mozart?
No.
Get me Hebrews 9 and 27, Baba Kasha. And kickstart this in Hebrews.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Good luck here. Just give me a sec, but. Give me a sec, but. Yeah, read that for me, Baba Kasha.
Okay. The book of Hebrews 9, verse 27. And as it is appointed unto man.
Okay, so this is appointed to men. Okay? This isn't the work for the angels. This isn't work for the cherubims. This is work appointed to men. Read.
Okay. Once to die, but after this judgment.
Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Okay. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment.
And guess what? This is why we've got to get ourselves ready. This is why we've got to prep ourselves and be ready for the end days, the last days. How do we prepare ourselves for the last days? What did we do when we came into the school?
Learning to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
We learn to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and that compiles from taking yourself out of that wicked world, the world, this kingdom that's coming to an end, this kingdom that is washed, and entering a spiritual world where you build your spirit, you stop doing the wicked ass things you was doing in that world, and learn our records, learn these laws, and start to apply them to your life. We get back our oath that we made with God to our forefathers. Remember, we come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, Jacob's our forefather, Isaac, Abraham. Okay, these men, these mighty men, kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. The 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 sons, eventually which became the 10 sons of Jacob, and the 2 grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh, kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. We've had a covenant with God for the last 4,000 years plus. And every time we broke this law, we've ended up in a period of time like what we're in today, a time of turmoil, a time of oppression, a time of wrath and wrath, where every other nation appears to be angry at us. For what reason? For no reason. We can't run our own communities. We've got North Koreans, East Indians in our communities with all the petrol stations, the gas stations, the corner shops, the grocery stores. We don't seem to be able to get it together. The double standards that we see in our society every day of our lives, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, are just beyond the realms of fathom, beyond the comprehension of understanding. But guess what? This is what makes us understand. This is what gives us our chance to redeem ourselves. And that is by learning these laws, statutes, and commandments and coming back to the Most High God. Okay, Hebrews 9:27. Read that again, Baba Kishore.
The book of Hebrews 9 verse 27.
And this is how we know this kingdom is washed. This is how it will be in the last days. And this is how we prepare ourselves. Read.
And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment.
Okay, so your destination after death. This is your destination after death. You're appointed to die. Your spirit does what? Your spirit goes back to the Most High God. Your flesh goes into the ground. Your spirit is judged. Okay, so your spirit goes back to the Most High God. You receive your judgment, which is a reward or a punishment, depending on your previous life. Okay, so whatever you did in your last life is what you will be judged on, is your works. You're coming back because you wasn't perfect. People say, well, Jesus is, some of these, I've heard some of these fake Israelite groups pushing that Jesus is already here walking amongst us. Well, if Jesus was perfect, what was his judgment? Why would he need to return? He according to our records, his need to return is to come and serve judgment. The very thing that happens to us when we die. And our spirit goes back to the Most High God to be judged. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
Okay. Proverbs 9 verse 27. And it is as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this the judgment.
Okay, so you die and your spirit is released and goes back to the Most High God where it is judged. And you are judged on your works in your previous life, in that life as you died. Not so much a previous life. That could be the life before. Because through regeneration, we may have had more than 1 or 2 lives.
Right.
Do we all follow this?
That's
we
right.
die, we go back to the Most High God. The spirit goes back to the Most High God. You are judged on the works you did. Your works is how you was in your life, how you behave, how you conducted yourself. Was you traditional? Did your culture and your mannerisms align with our records? Did you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments? You're judged on your works and your works alone. You're not judged on how polite you was to your neighbor for 30 years. You're not judged on how many times you got sick and visited your local GP. You're not judged on how friendly you was with people or how many jokes you bust at work and had people falling out of their seats and rolling around laughing. You're judged on how you conducted yourself. Did you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments? You're judged on your works. That's what you're judged on. Get me 1 Thessalonians 4 and 14, Baba Kishar. Okay, so do we all understand this? Is there any questions? Any questions in the stream? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Let's start at verse 14, like I said, Baba Kishar.
Okay. The book of 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 14. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again.
So if we believe that our king did die, because many say in this kingdom that Jesus was never killed, he never died. So how could he have rose on the third day? According to our records. That's not what our records say, but these are false rumors that go around in this wicked ass kingdom. Read.
14. Even so then also which sleeps in the 14. Read again. Even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
Okay, so for if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him. What does that mean?
So those who die in Jesus will be resurrected.
How do you die in Jesus? Do you jump into his body, jump into his skin?
Those who die in with keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, following Christ, they will be regenerated in a new kingdom.
So if you die in Jesus, you died in the truth.
That's right.
That's what this is talking about. If you died in Christ, if you died in Hamashiach, Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, you died in the truth. And many of us have died in the truth, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Do we all follow this? Okay, read on.
Verses.
What you should be asking yourself is why will the dead be raised up? Why will the dead be raised up first? Read, we're going to get to it.
Verse 14, verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain upon the coming of the Lord.
Unto the coming of the Lord. This Lord, okay, it's not all capitals. This is talking about Christ. Hamashiach Yahushai. Read on.
Shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Okay, so for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord. This is his word. This is fact. There's no getting around this, beating around the bush. This is the word of the Lord, which the voice of the Salakia, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord. So those of us in the ISUPK, the brothers, the sisters, the young children, the young men, okay, that are in the truth, okay, those amongst us that are in the truth and remain unto the and remain in the truth unto the Lord, unto the coming of the Lord, unto the coming of Jesus Christ, the Hamashiach, shall not prevent them which are asleep. We're not going to stop the dead being risen. Do you understand this? Yeah. We're not going to, this is going to happen. And this is going to happen to the letter of our records. Exactly as it is written is how it's going to take place. Read on. Verse 16, Baba Kishar.
From verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first.
Read that again for me, Baba Kishar.
Verse 16.
Heavy.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven.
So the Lord himself, our King, Hamashiach Yahushai, aka Jesus Christ, shall descend from heaven. Read.
With a shout, with the voice of the archangel.
With the voice of the archangel. Read.
And
who's the archangel? Michael will be there right by Christ's side when he descends out of heaven. Read.
And with the trumpet of God.
And with the trumpet of God. You're going to hear the trumpet, the first and the last. You're going to hear it in the heavens. And in that hour, it's too late, Israel. In that hour, if you're not right, if you're not in the ISUPK, under the command of General Yohana, it's curtains. Good night. Read.
60. Come on.
And the dead in Christ shall rise first. Why will the dead in Christ rise first? Can anybody tell me why the dead in Christ will rise first? Okay, I'll tell you. Imagine you've been in the truth your entire adult life or your entire life. Okay, you've been keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments forever, for the longest. Yeah, and you happen, okay, and the Most High God calls time on your life. It's that your time's up, Moses. You died in the truth.
Okay.
You died in the truth. What does that mean? Are you not worthy of honor? Are you not worthy of a portion of glory? The ones of us, Moses, that have not died in the truth, when that sky cracks open and Christ comes back with the archangel and all his military band of angels, those of us that are in the ISUPK keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, we've already had a portion of our reward. We're still alive. We haven't been killed. We haven't died. But those amongst us that kept the law, statutes, and commandments and died, they will be risen up first. Why? Because they are worthy of honor. Do you understand this? They're worthy of honor. They should come before us because they lost their lives in the truth. Is there any questions on this? Does anybody not understand this?
No question. They're just complaining about it.
That's why the ones among us that died in the truth will be risen up before the ones that died and are still alive when Christ returns. Because the ones that died in the truth are worthy of honor. So we get this. Read on.
Okay. Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the cloud.
Okay, so yes, this is what happens, okay? So like we said, from verse 14 to 17, the other one. From verse 14 to 17, okay, so those that died in the truth deserve honor. We've read this. And this is how we pay homage, because they deserve their honor. Yeah, we understand this. Okay. Verse 16, this kingdom's washed. It's all washed up. Why is it washed up? It is coming to an end, and Christ will appear for all to see with the sound of the trumpets and the voice of the archangel Michael, and the dead shall rise first. How do we know the dead shall rise first? Or even more to the point, why will the dead rise first?
Because those who have kept the law, such as the Quran, have been honored first.
There we go. Have been honored first. In fact, just we're going to come back and finish off 17 and 18. Jump to Isaiah 26 and hold First Thessalonians for me as well. We're going to come back. We're going to jump back to it. Get Isaiah 26, Baba Kashar. Isaiah 26 and verse 19, Baba Kashar. 19 and 20, Baba Kashar.
The book of Isaiah 26, verse 19.
Okay, so precept upon precept, line upon line. We're going to have a look at why the dead shall rise first, how the dead shall rise first. Read.
Isaiah 26, verse 19. Thy dead men shall live together with my dead body.
Hold it there. Thy dead men, the people that died in the truth, are going to be risen up first. Thy dead men shall do what?
Live together.
No, thy dead men
Thy
will
dead
what?
men shall live.
Thy dead men shall live. Live being the operative. They're going to be risen up and they're going to be honored and they're going to live again before we join them. This is exactly how it's going to be. Read.
Together with my dead body.
Together with my dead body.
Shall they arise?
Okay, so this is Christ telling you in Isaiah, together with his dead body shall they rise. Is there any questions? Does anybody not get this? Does anybody not understand this? Read on, but read on, Moses. Is there any questions online? Read on.
Awake and sing, ye that dwelleth in the dust. For thy dew is as the dews of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
Okay, so awake and sing. This is going to be a time of glory. This is going to be a glorious event when our dead, our men, our sisters, our brothers, the Akyam wa Akwatyan, they rise up and they are honored. They died in the truth. They are worthy of this moment, more than worthy. And this is the word of the Most High God. This isn't us saying this. This isn't our interpretation, like your Christian pastor interprets the unholy Trinity or the Immaculate Conception, which isn't recorded in the Bible. This is right. It's recorded in the Bible. And these dead men, these dead sisters, these brothers and sisters that died in the truth, they are worthy of honor. And this is exactly how it's going to be, because this kingdom's all washed up. And these events are nigh. These events are dawning on us. They're very close. Read on, Baba Kashar.
Verse 20. Come, my people.
Come, my people. Read.
Enter thou into thy chamber, and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Okay, and do you want to break this down, Moses? What are we talking about here in verse 20?
Right, so when after you've been raised up, then you're going to go into your chamber.
So Moses says, after you're raised up, you're going to go into your chamber,
which is your house, where your protection is.
Go on.
And then when the calamity and the judgment is passing on, you won't be a part of it.
Give that a hand. And read that again for me, Baba Kishar.
Isaiah 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou in thy chamber, and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Okay, so in that last day, in that last hour, the sky is going to crack. Christ is going to return with his band of military angels. They're going to serve judgment and kill everybody that needs to be killed in this wicked ass kingdom. Go into your chambers if you're in the truth and you're being saved. Go into your chambers, okay? Go into your chambers, shut up your doors, shut up your windows, and relax, chill. You're going to go through a change and return. Just relax, okay? Just for a little moment until all the mayhem and chaos, not chaos, it's not going to be chaos, it's going to be controlled mayhem. When Christ comes back, his judgment is going to be righteous, swift, and beautiful. It's going to be a stunning moment. It's going to be stunning for us. We've waited for this all of our damn lives. This is what we're waiting for today, the return of our King. And this is exactly how it's going to be. You ask a Christian pastor to break this down, you're going to get a whole lot of nonsense come out of his mouth.
Oh.
You're not going to get these real breakdowns. Okay, so in that last moment, okay, we're going to hold tight, we're going to hang tight until the indignation passes. Then we're going to look forward to the new kingdom. Then we're going to look forward to our heaven, our kingdom of heaven. Not a place where we're going to go and sit and watch butterflies and fancy colors and cherubims all hovering around the place, like we're taught in the Christian church. The kingdom of heaven and the hell, as the Christians teach it, are not physical places where you can die and go to. Okay, they are a conditioning of the heart and mind. But our kingdom of heaven is coming back, and that will be the new Jerusalem, and Christ is bringing that back. And this is what we wait for patiently. Okay, does everybody get this? Where were they? Let's jump back to 1 Thessalonians, Bible Kashar. I think we was on verse 18 or 17, around there. Okay, so it's chapter 4. I think we're around verse 18.
1 Thessalonians 4, verse 18.
No, let's read 17 again, Bible Kashar.
Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with him.
Okay, so we're talking about that indignation, that period of waiting in our chambers, behind our doors. Okay, but when we go up, just before that, we're going to be caught up with who?
With him.
Who is him?
Christ.
We're going to be caught up with Christ. This is the moment we've all been waiting for so long. And that time is so near, it's nigh. Read.
Them in the cloud to meet the Lord in the air.
To meet the Lord in the air. And this is why it's so important for you, brothers and sisters, to hold tight and dear to what is important, the very essence of what we're doing here. The brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, the brothers and sisters not in the ISUPK, hearing this for the first time, planning to come into one of our schools. Hold tight to this. Hold tight to the truth. This is the most beautiful and the most important thing you're ever going to do in your life. This kingdom is washed. This period that the Bible talks about is nigh. It's close. It's just around the corner. We don't know when. We don't know the time. We cannot give you a time. But we know through the prophecies of our records that it is close. It's not far away. Read on.
Verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with those words.
Okay, so 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Okay, so read your Bible, study your Bible, comfort each other with these words. Let's be around each other. This is what we do on the feast days. We keep the holy convocations. We congregate. We embrace brotherhood, sisterhood. That's what this is all about. We're a tight-knit family. We know what's about to go down, and we prepare ourselves for it. Why? Why do we prepare ourselves for this? Because this kingdom is washed. It's all washed up. That part is factual. And there's nothing your Christian pastor or your Islamic imam can do about this. There's nothing your Rastafarian elders can do to stop this. This is going down, whether you like it or not. It's better you like it as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because if you're not, and you want to save the heathen, you're waiting for Christ to come back in that Christian and Islamic doctrine, and he's coming back to save everybody and save the world. You're going to get a rude awakening, because that's not recorded in our records. That's not how this is going down. You've been duped and you've been lied to for the entirety of your lives. Do we all get this? Okay, Jeremiah 16 and 16, Baba Kashar. Any questions online, Moza? Jeremiah 16 and 16. Read that when you're ready, Baba Kashar.
Jeremiah 16. No, can't. The book of Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
Okay, and this is the Bible referring to the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana. Read that again.
Don't can. Verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord.
Okay, and we have amazing men in the ISUPK. We have generals, 7 generals that keep this pushing. And if it wasn't for them, under the command of General Yohana, number 1, right through to the students, the troopers, the officers, okay, we would be nothing. We might as well be in that heathen world, that wicked ass world. It's because of General Yohana and the rest of the generals. We have a foundation that we've built a structure on. And this is what the Bible's referring to here. It's talking about the ISUPK. Nobody never said that. Nobody ever mentioned. We're in the scriptures. The students, the troopers, the officers, the captains, the generals, the sisters, the little babies. We're all, if you're ISUPK, this Bible is about us. It's about our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read that again, Baba Kishore.
Oh, can't. Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
We are the fishers. We are the fishers. Officer Mozart is the fisher. Officer Dungabar, Officer Quatazar, Officer Shamgar, Trooper Hakayan, Trooper Radar. Okay, we fish in different ways. The officers, the captains will fish at street camp and in class. Some of the troopers will fish at work. We'll fish in the club. We'll fish in the restaurant. We'll fish in their families. And so on. But this starts from the top. And it's righteous and it's holy and it festers all the way through to the bottom. From the generals to the troopers to the students to the sisters to the little babies. And that is the ISUPK. The home of the truth. Do we all follow this?
That's right.
Read that again, Baba Kishore.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountains and from every hills and out of the holes of the rock.
Okay, this is the time we're living in now. We are fishing. We, the ISUPK, we are fishing. We are the fishermen that the Bible speaks of. After we fished, we will hunt and kill these heathen, starting with who? Raise your hands if you know.
The Gentile.
Starting with Esau. He's got, how many names has he got today?
Edom.
Esau, Edom, Amalek, Khazar, Ashkenazi. He's got the devil, Lucifer, the oppressor, the so-called white man. He's got many, he goes by many names. The serpent. He's got many names in these last days. And this is his kingdom, but his kingdom is washed. It's over. It's over. It's coming to an end. And there's nothing you Christians, let's clap that up. There's nothing you Christians or you Muslims or you Rastafarians can do to stop this. It's going down. You're either on board or you're getting ready to get your wig split. Period. There's no getting around this. There's no two ways about this. The Bible doesn't lie. Our records don't stretch or bend the truth. If you want the truth stretched and bend to suit your what's the terminology, Mozart? To suit your agenda. Get yourself back in that Christian church or that mosque. You do not belong here with the brothers and sisters of the ISUPK under the command of General Yana in the truth, the home of the truth, the One West doctrine. That's us. And we're in the Bible. Undeniable. We are in the Bible. Read that again, Babushka. Jeremiah 16:16.
The book of Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I'll send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountains and from every hills and out of the holes of the rocks.
And out of the what?
The holes of the rocks.
My God. Out of the holes of the rocks. Does anybody know what this is referring to? Who came out of the holes in the rocks? When we have gone through that change and we come back and we're hunting, the hunted will be hunted by me and you, Mozart, by Captain Karathia.
Salute that there.
by Trooper Banyamyan, by Officer Tazapawan, Officer Raban. We will be doing the hunting. And guess who's hiding in the rocks? Who will be pulling out of the rocks? Esau. This is Esau. This is referring to the Caucasus Mountains. This is where they came from, the original cave dwellers, according to our records. Esau or Edom or the serpent or Lucifer or the oppressor or the so-called white man, whatever you want to call him, they are heathen. Yeah, they is who comes from the Caucasus Mountains, which the Bible refers to as the rocks. That's what this is talking about. Do we all follow this? Read that again, Barbara Shah. The rocks are the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains. Read.
Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountains and from every hills and out of the holes of the rock.
Bingo. There you have it. It's a done deal. We'll be hunting in the mountains. We will be pulling them out of the holes of the rocks. These are cave dwellers. This is Lucifer himself. This is Ashkenazi, the Zionists, Amalek, Lord Clark,
Ishmael. We're gonna hunt Ishmael.
Esau. What do we call? What's another name for him?
Esau.
Yeah.
Edom.
Yeah, there's the Khazarian tribes, the ones that stole our identity. They're who we're going to be pulling
Amalek.
out of the holes in the rocks,
Amalek.
and the holes in the rocks are the caves, because they are the original cave dwellers. Period. This kingdom's washed. It's all washed up. And who won't or can't be fished will be hunted with the heathen. So remember that as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you want to be with them, you're going to be dealt with like one of them. Okay? Don't do it. We don't need this. We're Deuteronomy 7:6. You know, we're separate people. We're a holy people. You should not be following their vain, profane traditions, cultures. You know, if you hear this truth, you have no purpose or reason continuing in that wicked walk of life that you're on that path. You got no reason to stay in it. No reason. Is there any more on that?
Verse 17, for my eyes are upon all their ways.
Say that again.
Verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hidden from my face, neither is their iniquity hidden from mine eyes.
Okay, and that shows you. You're going to read that again. Okay. I'm going to let you break it down. But just to kickstart you, no one's going to get away with any wicked works you perform in this life. You're not going to get away with it. Everybody's going to face a judgment. Everyone's going to face a judgment. And like we tell you every week in the law class, that judgment can be a reward or it can be a punishment. This is up to you, Israel. This is on you. Read.
Verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hidden from my face.
Whose eyes? Whose eyes?
The Most High.
The Most High. You can't hide. You cannot run. You cannot hide. Mosai, do you want to break this down?
You want me to finish it?
Read it.
Everyone can. Neither is there iniquity hidden from my face. So you see, no matter what you try, what tricks or whatever plans you come up with, no matter what, if you go in the holes of the rock or go in the cliffs of the rock, or they say bunker nowadays. They're going in their World War III bunker.
And that's another hole in the rocks. They're digging a mile down in the earth, thinking they're going to hide and dupe the angels and Christ and his military band of angels that come back to seek and destroy. You can run, but you cannot hide.
If he allows you to run.
If he allows you to run, correct.
So now, no matter what plans they have or where they plan to hide, his eyes will see everybody, everything they are doing.
Damn right.
And they will, listen to what verse 18 says. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double. So all that where them a plan, they only putting themselves out of the to unnecessary stress. You cannot hide from the Creator. There's no way you can hide where you can't find him. Because number one,
and that's real heavy because, like you said, they are going to try and run. They are going to try and hide. If Christ doesn't even allow them to run, they won't even get 100 yards out of the estate, off of these council estates, out of their hoods, out of their neighborhoods. They won't even make it to their bunkers.
That's how shallow their mind is.
And even the ones that do make it to their bunkers, like we say, you can run, but you can't hide.
From the Most High.
Continue, Moses.
So all of what they are planning is just waste of time. It's a judgment because you commit your sin.
Damn right.
Prepare for your judgment.
Damn right.
Because you were told about it before. If you sin, you're going to pay for it. If you do good, you're going to pay. Why didn't you choose the good way so you can be rewarded?
And like you say, everybody's going to be judged for their works. And Lucifer's works are amongst the worst of this kingdom. Amongst the worst. Is there any more on that, Moses?
They have filled mine inheritance with their carcass of their detestable and abominable things. So you see, even one of them prideful days, they never look and say, okay, this is a holy place. Let's not contaminate it with our wickedness. No, they were so prideful. They take the cups and they take all the good things. They even take the Most High children and make mockery of them. So you don't expect to be rewarded? Come on, it's your payback.
That's heavy, because on top of that, they've not only done that what you're talking about, they've actually tried to they pulled us away from scripture. They pulled us away from the laws of God. They've done their damn near best to make us break every rule in our law book. I mean, look, for example, the dietary law, how they encourage us to consume filthy animals and filthy meats that they know are going to stir God's wrath. And look how, for example, look how they put gelatin in every living thing they can possibly put it in. Every sweetie for us. They target our children. They know that we're too wise. We'll give our kids a £5 note. Our kids will run to the shop and buy all kinds of sweets with pork gelatin in them, not knowing what they're doing, knowing that when they go home, mummy and daddy's not going to allow them to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. But they can eat sweets. So they go to the shop, and even if we tell them, read the packet before you buy, they're children. They're children. They pick up all kinds of sweets that have got gelatin in and don't read the packets. And that is trickery. That is deceit. And that is what the serpent does. The serpent is the greatest deceiver. He's been ordained to deceive. These people are the deceivers. These people are the ultimate serpents. They are the devil the Bible speaks of. And they will be judged for their works. And they are, as our records say, the wickedest and most profane, vain people that have ever walked this green earth.
But even the biscuits are every single thing you can have, even in the drink, they put these things and tell you, oh, it's what do you call it? It's they give it a number and a color to say, okay, it's not no gelatin, it's this or it's that. Oh, it's corn syrup, but it mixed with the same gelatin. And when they say, okay, it's like some of the sweets they tell us it's vegan, they still have the gelatin in it. But
really?
Everything,
the ones with the V on it?
Yeah. Everything you
I didn't know that.
Some of these Indians, they do have their, they fake copy of a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they just put it in. Look at what they did. They cut up the pork, and sell it to their own people. You think they give a heck about what?
Yeah.
And they said they've been doing that for
If
years.
they'd stab their own people in the back, they wouldn't think twice about stabbing a so-called black, Hispanic and Native Indians in the back and selling us down the river. And that's a real heavy point Officer Mozar's touching on, because imagine, they put pork gelatin in every living thing that's humanly possible for them to put it in when they don't need to. Pork gelatin is in some ways used as a preservative, and it's got other purposes, but filthy purposes, nothing that's needed. They put it in for the sake of it. They put it in products that you buy off the shelf, our children buy out of the corner shop, that doesn't need the pork gelatin in it. They put it in with the sole intention of making the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians break the dietary law of the Most High God. Now, how deceitful is that? You tell me. They're putting pork gelatin in foods that okay, if you've got a salt or a preservative in a food, it's for a reason. Okay, they're putting pork gelatin in foods for no purpose or no reason, just to say it's in there. And these people are going to break the laws of their God. That's what they're doing. And that is wicked as hell. And that's why we say that the oppressor, the so-called white man, is the devil the Bible speaks of. Because if he wasn't, his works would be a lot different to what they are. Do we all follow this? Do we all get this? Is there any questions online, Mosa?
No question.
What's that?
was asking about the bleeping and that thing. Yeah. Makes
You
me
have
drink.
an African ceiling bird.
Yeah, that's the thingy we're going off. The fire alarm. You know that? Yeah. That's what he's
Okay,
talking
and
about.
who's that? Ryan?
Ryan, I hand time already.
Oh, Khan. Okay. All right, let's jump out of that. Let's jump to Luke, the book of Luke. Let's go to chapter 21. And we will start. Okay, let's listen to what Christ has to say. Let's start at verse 8.
Verse 8.
Okay, so this is a prophecy from our King, Hamashiach Yahushai, aka Jesus the Christ. This is a prophecy. Read that for me, Baba Kushar.
Okay. Luke 21, verse 8. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived.
Hold on. Do what?
Take heed that ye be not deceived.
Take heed. Okay, be aware that you are not deceived. This is red writing. This is coming from Christ himself. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
Your pastors, your imams, and all their false prophets that lead you away from the Most High God. Read.
And the time draweth near, for ye not, therefore after them. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commissions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by.
Okay, so this is a warning from Christ. Christ is warning us. He says this is going to happen, and it's going to happen more often when the final hour. We're going to see these things. You see in that last day and that last hour, Mozart, we're going to see things like this happen more and more. We're going to see false prophets climbing out the woodwork, claiming to be Christ. You know, we're just going to see things that are unbelievable to the eye. And a man's not going to be able to prove his worth. When Christ returns, we will know it is Christ. Believe you me. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Verse 8. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commissions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass.
Okay, these things must first come to pass. Christ says this will happen more often when the final hour draws near, and you should not be fooled by any of the sights you see before your eyes. Verse 9.
But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is by and by.
But the end is not by and by. Ukraine, Russia, America, Iran, the Zionists, and damn near everyone, because damn near everyone, because most of the world have been targeted by these Zionists, by NATO, by America. They're interested in oil. They want the world's oil. They want they want to market the trade centers. They are greedy as hell. They want everything. They want to own everything. Trump wants everything. NATO are not far behind them. And the Zionists, the Jewish man, is the devil the Bible speaks of. And Christ is warning us here. This is all red writing. But the end is not by and by. Okay? So things are not always as simple as they look. Well, we've got to be aware in that last day of our surroundings and what's going on. We can't be duped we've been duped for 500 years now. The Most High God loves us so much. He doesn't want us to be duped in those last days, in that last hour. Do you understand this? He wants us to be mindful and diligent. He wants us to know what's going on around us and wait and be patient. That's what we're doing. Imagine Commanding General Yohanna and the generals. We've pushed this truth since 1969. How long have the elders, the men above us in our school, in the ISUPK, been in this truth and pushing this truth? And they still not jumping out of it. Many have come and many have fallen. Many have jumped in and jumped out. But General Yohanna, the generals, they are relentless in this truth. Let's clap it up for them. Give that a hand. And this is what Christ is warning us of here. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Verse 8 and verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotion, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass.
It's been prophesied. World War III is going to take place, whether you like it or not. Trump or one of these diabolical global leaders is going to push that red button, and World War III will commence. This is going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop this. Read on.
But the end is not by and by. Verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquake shall be in divers places, and famine, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Okay, apart from the natural disasters, this world's been targeted by these people, the so-called oppressor. It's been targeted by them. The Middle East countries, and especially the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and we should not be afraid as all the heathen nations lock horns against their one another. Do we all follow this? What verse is that, Baba Kushar?
Verse 10.
Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation.
Nations shall rise against nations. Again, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, USA, the Zionists, and down there most of the Middle East. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. Verse 11.
And great earthquake.
Natural disasters are going to occur. This is what we're going to see in these last days. World War III, nations against nations, kingdoms switching on kingdoms. And on top of that, we're going to have earthquakes and what else?
Shall be in diverse places, and famine and pestilence.
And famine and pestilence. Can everybody remember Egypt and the locusts that attacked the people? And the disease-riddled Egyptian people, the diseases that came upon them. Okay, this is going to all happen in the same time, places, and era. And the world is going to be in mayhem, or appear to be in mayhem, but it's a controlled mayhem, because guess who's in control of all this?
Christ.
And Most High God. He's causing all this. Let's not forget that. Read.
And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Okay, so the signs we should be looking for are already upon us. Read.
But
they will be upon us. Read.
From heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands upon you and persecute you and deliver you up to the synagogues and into prison, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
And this is already taking place. Spot checks, oppression, police brutality. This is nothing new. Court systems, favoritism, towards their own people, why they're persecuting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. An Hispanic man getting double the period of time in prison for what a white man would get only half of for the same damn crime. A Native American, a black man being arrested and put in cuffs and beaten to death for something a white boy would get a slap on the back of the hand and sent on his way home. This is happening all around us now every day. Police brutality, double standards. This is a sign that this kingdom is washed. This is telling us, warning us, they will put hands on us. Police brutality, locking us up. Disproportionate numbers, locking us up by the hundreds, by the thousands. Okay, when their own people are getting away with half of the crimes they're committing. Do we all follow this?
That's right.
Is there any more on that, Mozart? This kingdom's washed. Believe me. This kingdom's time is up. What verse was that?
That's number
verse 12. Verse 12, yeah. Yeah, so we're facing their fake judges. Because we live by the laws of their land, but their judges are not real judges. You understand? They have judges because of our records. They've copied everything from our records. They've got judges, they've got strange leaders, they've got power freaks that are making major decisions in this kingdom. And you want to believe that this kingdom's going to last much longer? This kingdom is washed. My God, just look at Trump. Who the hell would vote? What man in his right mind? What people in their right mind? When you see Trump leading America, one of the world powers, you know that something's not right with this kingdom. You know that this kingdom is all washed up. When a man like Trump gets to lead one of the most powerful military armies in the world, it's just bizarre, because Trump is that guy that's crazy enough to push that red button. He runs America off of his ego, not over common sense and politics and logics. He doesn't listen to some of his interviews and some of the things he comes out with. He says he wants to build a wall a mile high to keep Americans out. But he wants to build a wall a mile high to keep Mexicans out. But guess what? Mexicans run the economy in some of the states, in some of the southern states of America. Without the Mexicans, America would be in a bad way, in a bad place. Texas springs immediately to mind. The state of Texas. Can you imagine you took all the logistic workers and all the domestic workers out of Mexico, the jobs that the so-called oppressor and his women and his men do not want to do? The cleaning jobs, the road sweeping jobs, the logistic jobs, the domestic jobs, housekeeping, babysitting. Do you understand? Because guess what? The tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, are one of the most righteous people God ever put on this green earth. And without them, Texas would fold. The state of Texas would fold.
Definitely.
The Alamo, the Spanish War in Mexico. Okay, we call Mexicans a different people to us when they are the same Hispanics and same blacks and same Native Americans as we all are. The same people. We're the same goddamn people. The Alamo, the war between the Spanish and the Native Americans, the Mexicans, the Aztecs, they was fighting for us, the freedom of the slaves. That's what the Alamo was about. Nobody knows their history anymore. Mexicans were fighting for their own people to free slaves, black people from slavery. That's what the Alamo was about. You don't think it was to run the Spaniards out of Mexico, that as well. But the reason the Alamo occurred is because the native indigenous Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar, was fighting for their black slave brothers. That's what the Alamo was all about. Do your history, know your records, understand who your people are. Mexicans are us. They are not Spanish and they're not European. Mexicans are our brothers and sisters, the same people, the same bloodline, the same birthright. There is no difference. Is there any more on that, Moza? Laha?
Laha.
Okay, jump to 2 Peter's. 2 Peter's chapter 3. Chapter 3, Baba Kishar. We'll go from 2 Peter's chapter 3. Let's start at verse 10, Baba Kishar.
The book of 2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Read that again.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Okay, you're not going to know. You're not going to hear him coming. He's coming like a thief in the night, according to our records. Read.
In the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
With a what?
With a great noise.
With a what?
With a great noise.
Thermonuclear war. Read. Is on the horizon. Read.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
With what?
With fervent heat.
Thermonuclear war, like we said, everything is getting burnt down. There's nothing you can do to stop this. We keep telling you it's going to happen. Get down or lay down, period. Read that again, Baba Kishar. This is not difficult, Israel. This is not difficult. You either get with it or you prepare yourself for slaughter. You prepare yourself to be a part of the destruction of this. Remember, your works count for everything. It's time now to get in one of the ISUPK schools and start learning this and applying the laws, statutes, and commandments to your life. Don't you want to save your children as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Do we not want to save our families? Do we not want to save our kids? Come on, man. This is not difficult, Israel. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
But the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night, which the heavens
in the which
the heavens shall pass with a great noise.
Away with a great noise.
Sorry. Shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
What's the elements?
Sky.
Everything. Everything which is an element is going to melt with what? Fervent heat. Does everybody know what a fervent heat is?
Extreme heat.
This is boiling. This is 90 degrees plus. Read.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
And the time to get down is now. If we know this is going to happen, what are we waiting for? The time to get down and get in one of the ISUPK schools and start applying this to your life is not now, but right now. Not now, but right now. Do we all get this? And the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's full time now you come out of that church and out of these denominations. They're hampering our people. They've never been of any help to us. They've helped conditioners. They've helped to brainwash us. They've helped to subdue us. Do we all follow this? They've helped to oppress our brains and our memories and give us damn near virtually constant amnesia, periodical amnesia, that we never know our language again, never know where we came from, never know our place of origin, our birthright, our inheritance, our culture, our traditions. Why the hell would you want to be a part of that when you hear this truth? And you're given a door of opportunity to walk through and get the hell out of this wicked ass kingdom. This wicked ass kingdom that is damn near washed up. You tell me, because I need to know. And you know something else? We know this kingdom is washed. There's no nuclear program, no nuclear weapons, no military army can save this dying world. This world is going to melt. There's going to be a fervent heat according to our records. And there's no institute on this planet that's going to save it. When Christ comes back, when that sky cracks open and he returns, this kingdom is going to be proven to be washed. It's over. It's finished. You don't want to be sitting in your house praying for mercy. You want to be with the ISUPK, waiting patiently to be risen up.
That's right.
Raised up. Why would you want to go through this and put your family through this and your children through this when there's a doorway out? There's a chance for you to get out of this, what is dawning, what's about to take place and what's about to go down. Thermonuclear war. And this kingdom is done. It's washed. Do we all get this? My goodness, we make this so difficult for ourselves, and it's not that difficult. Give me Revelation 11 and 14, Baba Kushar. Any questions online, Moza? What does he mean by African ceiling bird?
The thing we're going to see, make sound of the ceiling, just a style it was as that. Yeah, that alarm thing.
The alarm. Is this the guy from upstairs?
I think, I don't know. His name is Ryan. On our way.
Okay. Shalom, Ryan. Lord and Christ.
Do you remember the?
Okay, we there. You got that?
Revelation 11 verse
14, Baba Kushar.
The book of Revelation 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Okay, so the second war has passed. The third world war is coming. This is John the Revelator's vision of the end of this kingdom. This kingdom being washed. Draw the curtains. Good night. It's a done deal. It's over. The John the Revelator has seen this and he's recorded it for us. We teach this. Why do we teach this? Because it's the truth. We have the records. Read that again, Baba Kushar. This is not a joke, Israel.
Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe is past.
Woe is destruction. Destruction stems from war. We've had World War I. We've had World War II. John the Revelator is seeing the end days. World War III. This is referring to. Read.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Okay, World War III. This is not difficult again, Israel. World War III is dawning upon us. It's about to take place. Russia, Ukraine, Iran, America, India, Pakistan. This isn't just in Europe or in the Middle East. There's wars breaking out all over the world. And these are the wars that are reported, we see on the national news. Do you know, Mozart, that there's wars all over the world we don't hear about? There's a war taking place right now in the Far East between China and Hong Kong. Hong Kong want their sovereignty. They don't want to be ruled or reigned by China. And there's little, like I said, there's little wars that go on all over the world that 7, 8 times out of 10, we don't get to hear or read about. We get to read about Russia and Ukraine. We get to hear about Israel bombing up left and right and middle in the Middle East. Yeah, we don't get to hear about China and Hong Kong. I mean, we know Pakistan and India have been at war for decades. How many times do we get reports of India and Pakistan? Very rarely.
Very rarely.
But we know on the borders of India and Pakistan, they're constantly warring. Very rarely is there peace between India and Pakistan. Very rarely. We don't get to hear about, we get to hear about Ukraine and Russia. That's on our doorstep. We get to hear about America and Iran. That's on our doorstep. Okay, there's wars breaking out all over the world that we don't get to hear about. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
The second war is past.
The second war is past.
And behold, the third war cometh quickly.
The third woe cometh quickly. Okay, so again, just to reiterate, this is John the Revelator recording his vision of World War III, and that is thermonuclear fire. Hell is going to rain down in this kingdom. This kingdom's done. This kingdom's washed. Christ is going to come back and serve up who he's going to serve up and save who he's going to save. And nothing is going to stop this. No Christian prayers are going to stop this. No Jummah in the mosque is going to save this. No unholy salat in the mosque is going to save this or stop this from happening. Do we all follow and understand this? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's jump straight on. Matthew. Let's go into the book of Matthew, Baba Kishar. Salaki, you got anything to add, Moza? Okay, give me Matthew. Give me Matthew, the 24th chapter, Baba Kishar. Let me know when you're there.
Matthew 24?
Matthew 24. Start at verse 3. I'm going to run through to about verse 6, 7. I'll let you know when to stop.
The book of Matthew 24, verse 3.
Okay, so again, this is red writing. This is Christ speaking. This is Christ's records out of his own mouth. Read.
And as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privily.
Salakia. What verse? 3, verse 3. Salakia. Okay, so verse 3 is not Christ. This is our records. Read. Verse 4 is going to be Christ speaking.
And as he sat on the Mount of Olives.
Who sat on the Mount of Olives?
Christ.
Christ, Hamashiach. Read.
The disciples came unto him privily.
Okay, so his immediate clique, the disciples, 12 of them, came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? When shall what things be? What are they asking him? They're asking him about the last days. When will this kingdom end? This is what they're asking him. The disciples ask our king, when will the end of the oppressor's world be? That's what they want to know. This is the question that is on every so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians' time in this era. Remember, what's going on in this era, Moses? Where the disciples are asking our king this question. What's going on all around them?
It's war.
The oppressors invaded our land. And who's the oppressor? The Romans, Europeans, Italians, Spaniards. They, Roman citizens might have come from Macedonia, Greece, Romania, Russia. Europeans that were Roman citizens, Roman soldiers, the Roman fleets, their armies, their garrisons. They have invaded Israel. They are the oppressor in this era, just like the so-called white man is the oppressor today. The so-called white man was the oppressor 2,000 years ago. They invaded the original Negro land, the original so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian land, Israel. They've invaded, they've overrun us, they've overtaken us. They've pushed our laws to one side, and they're implementing their own legislation in our land. They are the oppressors in this era. Do we all follow this? Okay, read on.
The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Okay, so they've asked Jesus, when will this oppression be done? When will these so-called white boys get their comeuppance? When will the end be? Let's see what Christ says. Read on.
Verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them.
And Christ said, read.
Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you. What's he talking about?
The same false image that they say Christ is coming there, Christ is down there.
There you go. False prophets, false Hamashiachs. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. Read on.
For many shall come in my name, saying.
Many shall what?
Come in my name, saying.
Many shall what?
Come in my name, saying.
Read.
I am Christ.
I am the Hamashiach, the King of all kings. Read.
And shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. Verse 6.
And he shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that he be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass.
Okay, and this is Christ's acute answer. Don't be troubled over wars. Don't be sitting at home watching Sky News or ITV News and be worrying about Ukraine and Russia, be worrying about the Zionists bombing Iran, America jumping on board, China and Russia getting involved, helping Iran. Don't be alarmed. Don't be concerned with this. It is written. It's in our records. Christ is talking about it here. It has to happen. It has to occur. It has to take place. This is going to happen. This is going down, Israel. There's nothing that's going to stop it. We can't avoid it. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy watching the destruction, the fall of our oppressor. Why are we going to be concerned for the fall of them? Why are we going to be concerned that their kingdom's washed up when we've got the promise of an inheritance, a new kingdom that's going to be heavenly? And that's promised to us. This is our inheritance. Look, all the men and the brothers and the sisters in the ISUPK, we pray for this. We're not going to be worried and concerned in that hour. We're not going to be worried and concerned. We know our works and we know how this is going down. But yes, the rest of you should be worried. The rest of you should be concerned, because Christ here is not talking to you. He's talking to us. The soldiers, the priests, the brothers, the sisters, the students, and the little baby, the troopers, and everybody affiliated with the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana, doing the Lord's works. We're not talking about guys that affiliate with the ISUPK and follow us to street camp and then go about their business and carry on breaking the law and the statutes. We're talking about the men in the school putting in the work. We're talking about the men in the school keeping the law, the priests and the prophets of the Most High God. Any questions in the stream, Baba Kushar? I don't think we're going to get any today. Read that again for me, Baba Kushar, verse 6.
Verse 6. And he shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that he be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And this is what Christ is going to do and implement on his return. He's going to serve judgment. And his judgment is righteous.
That's right.
And who needs to be killed and destroyed is going to be killed and destroyed. And who needs to be saved is going to be saved. And that is the brothers, the sisters in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana. And like we keep saying, this is not difficult, Israel. We have these records for a reason. We tell you this every week. This is not as difficult as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make it out to be. We face some of the craziest questions at street camp every week from our people. We're not proving out of our records what we teach. I mean, World War III is nigh. We teach that, and it's in our records. No one's going to be able to save this kingdom. We teach that, and it's in our records. Christ is returning to serve righteous judgment, and he's going to start with the wicked arse heathen and the oppressors. We teach that, and it's in our records. Why do you still question us? Why? Any more on that, Moses?
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Okay, we've gone through this. Nations will rise against nations. Read.
And kingdom against kingdom.
So here's Matthew reiterating what we've already taught earlier. Kingdoms will go against kingdoms, nations against nations. This is the last day, the last hour. This is Christ telling his disciples how it's going down, how it's going to be. This is a prophecy from Christ. Read.
And there shall be famine and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places.
Okay, this is the same that was in Isaiah. Do we all follow this? Okay, jump out of that. Give me Matthew 7:21, Baba Kishar.
Okay. The book of Matthew 7, verse 21. Not every one that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, damn right. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
Verse 21. Not every one that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Why is Christ saying this? This is red writing. Why is Christ saying that everybody that calls upon him, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven? We're going to read, but can anyone have a guess at this?
Because I say everybody wants to be saved, even in their wickedness.
Everybody wants to be saved in their wickedness. Great answer. But there's something more to this. You see, people go out and teach this, these fake Israelite groups. I've even, believe it or not, I've even heard the odd Christian pastor teach the laws are applicable. But guess what? They're like the scribes and the Pharisees. They're hypocrites. They'll teach this, but they don't keep it themselves. Do we understand this? So Christ is telling you here, just because you're calling on his name, because you've been teaching the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, that doesn't mean you're going to be saved, because guess what? This is for the doers, not for the sayers. This is not for the talkers. You fake Israelites in fake Israelite groups, you like to talk the law and teach the law in the street, but guess what? You go home and you break the same laws the Christian pastor and the Christian congregation break. Week in, week out. You are like scribes and Pharisees. You are hypocrites. You do not keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't even teach our records accurately. To get the real breakdowns, you have to be in the ISUPK. Point blank and period. There's no two ways about this. This is the home of the truth, and there is no other way, left or right. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Read that again, Baba Kashar. Matthew 7:21.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Why? Because they are not doers. They are talkers. They are not doers. They're good at talking. They're not good at keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. And Christ knows this. He knows all about you and your little demon ways. Read.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
But this is reserved for him that doeth the will of his Father that is in heaven. That's the Most High God. And that's what we're talking about. Not everyone's going to make it that speaks about it. The people that are going to make it are the people that are doing it. Your works, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that is the men and the sisters, the brothers and the sisters in the ISUPK under the command of General Johanna. That much is simple and clear. This, again, this is not difficult. This is the law. This is the very essence of the law. And Hamashiach Yahushai, aka Jesus Christ, is spelling it out to the disciples. In Matthew 7:21, he's spelling it out. He's putting it down in its simplicity for them, so that they never get it twisted. And we are like the disciples today. We are the apostles of Christ. We are the apostles of the Most High God. We are the priests and prophets. We are ordained to teach this in the UPK. And we know that there's no point talking this and not doing it. There is absolutely, it's redundant to teach the laws, statutes, and commandments and not keep them ourselves. We are playing with fire if we do that. And that is something we are not prepared to do in the UPK. And that's why we are the real priests and the prophets, and you fake Israelite groups, you pastors, you imams, you Rastafarian elders are the false prophets the Bible talks about and Christ warns us about. Again and again and again. You fake homies are all throughout the Bible. You can't tell us nothing, Ali Button. Any more on that? Read that again one more time, Baba Kishar.
Verse 21, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Verse 22.
We only want 21, because these Christians that kneel down in the church and face the goddamn North Pole one week and then the South Pole the next week, who the hell are they praying to? You see that? You'll have a pastor that says, yeah, some of these laws are applicable. Don't kill, use the 10 commandments, for example. Don't kill, don't rob, don't steal, don't covet thy kinsman, thy brothers' goods, but they kneel down and pray to the North Pole. They don't even know how to pray. And we're supposed to put our trust in them. They pray with clasped hands and close their prayer off. Where the Bible's clear in the book of Daniel, there's a physical way to pray. You pray with open palms. But this is the nonsense we learn in the Christian church. Folly and absolute nonsense that is not in our records. Okay, the women in church never cover their heads. Officer Dungabar and Captain Karafi was at street camp the other day, teaching a sister who was praying with her head uncovered and bringing out precepts with her head uncovered. And you think you're down for salvation? You think you're gonna be saved? You're not even in the UPK. Who the hell are you? What's your mentality? What's your way of reasoning and thinking? Because you're not in the truth. You don't know what's going on. You was denouncing the Old Testament at street camp. This sister was. Did you see it, Moza?
I did. Yeah.
I think you was there. I think I saw you in the video. And I'm watching this thinking, oh, people, man, what the hell is wrong with this woman? She thinks she knows better than the priests and prophets of the Most High God. You got something, Moza?
That was in Brixton when I started speaking to her.
Yeah, that was in Brixton.
Craft fair. I come and take my class of question.
Absolute madness. And this is the hypocrisy amongst our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, when we end up in that church, that brick building made with man's hands, a place where God doesn't dwell, according to the Bible. You can read about that in Acts 7:48. You won't find the Spirit of God in the Most High Church, but our Christian pastors, they teach that if you want to worship, you're going to find the Spirit of the Most High God in that brick building called the church. That's not even the church the Bible's talking about. The brick building is not the church that our records talks about. Verse 21. Yeah, read that again, Baba Kushar.
Okay. Verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Okay, so those that do, so we know these Christians that face the North Pole one week and pray into Thor, and face the South Pole the next week and pray into Buddha. Yeah, their prayers are not even received. Okay, but guess what? Those that do his will are preserved. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
So he that do the will of the Most High God, they're preserved. And what is the Most High God's will, Moses? Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Period. It's as simple as that. Give me Psalms 40 and 8, Baba Kushar. We're getting to the end of the class, I believe. Psalms chapter 40, verse 8. Read that when you're ready, Moses, if you will, Baba Kushar.
The book of Psalms 40, verse 8. I delighted to do thy will, O my God.
I do what?
I delighted to do thy will, O my God.
I delight to do thy will, O my God. And his will is the laws, statutes, and commandments. This is a covenant that between the Most High God and the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The will of the Most High God is to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Read. Finish that off, Kishar.
Yea, thy law is within my heart.
Say that again.
Yea, thy law is within my heart.
Read that one more time.
Psalms 40 verse 8.
No, just yea.
Yea, thy law is within my heart.
If you're in the ISUPK, the law, statutes, and commandments are engraved in your heart. You learn them, you know them. The dietary laws, the moral laws, the civil laws, and the ceremonial laws. 4 categories, 613 laws. And no, we don't keep all 613. So don't let nobody teach you that we do. Okay, men cannot keep the menstruation laws of women bleeding once a month because we don't have periods, we don't menstruate. Yeah, women, or if you don't have farmland, you can't keep the agriculture laws. So don't let anybody, don't let them fake Israelite groups teach you that you can keep all 613 laws. You can't. But the ones that are applicable, you can keep. Let's bear that in mind as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The laws that are applicable, the dietary laws, the moral laws, the civil laws, how we treat each other, brotherhood, sisterhood, and the ceremonial laws. These laws can be kept. Don't worry about the sacrificial laws. We don't keep sacrificial laws anymore. We don't make sacrifices at the altar. We don't make sacrifices to the Most High God. That's why Christ died and redeemed us and gave us a second chance that we're in now, the grace period. He died so that we didn't have to sacrifice anymore. Christ was the sacrificial lamb. He was the ultimate sacrifice for our sins. He gave us a second chance to get this right, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That is called the grace period that we're in now. We've got to get this right. We've got to stop listening to our Christian pastor. Christ died so that you could sin. No, he never. That's not in our records. Christ died to stop us from sinning, not so that we could sin. He made that ultimate sacrifice so we wouldn't sin anymore. And we'd eventually wake up, smell the coffee, and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Understand our records, understand him, and understand our Father who art in heaven, the Most High God. Point blank and period. Psalms 40 and 8. So the will of the Most High God is to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Nothing more, nothing less. Last precept, Baruch 4 and 1. Then we're going to wrap it up, Baba Kashar. Have you got the security announcements there?
Baruch 4 and 1.
Have you got the security announcements?
Baruch 4.
Yeah, hold that, Moses. Okay, read that when you're ready, Baba Kashar. Baruch 4 and 1.
Baruch. That's a Baruch 4.
Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments.
1. The book of Baruch 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the laws that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
But such as
leave it shall die.
And those amongst us that were in the UPK and came out of the UPK, this is not going to end up good for you. This is not going to end up good for you. In Baruch, it says, the law that endureth forever, not for the time being, for all times, shall come to life. Those are the people that have died and kept the law, that will be raised up out of the ground in that last hour. And those of us in the ISUPK that are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments will follow those that died in the truth. Because the law endureth forever, and all that keepeth shall receive life, eternal life. But such as leave it shall what, Moses?
Die.
Will what?
Surely die.
Will die. Those that leave it will surely die. Okay? This is not a joke. This is the law that will last forever, and it's in our records. And that's in this washed up kingdom. And the next one that follows is going to belong to us, will be our kingdom. Do we all follow this? Is there any questions in the stream, Moses?
I haven't seen any.
Laha?
Laha.
Okay, with that, I'm going to call the class. Clap it up. Okay, I'm going to hand the class over to Officer Moses for the security announcements.
This is the security announcement from the ISUPK. We are the ISUPK, started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. For a brother and sister, when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 verse 21, Malachi 3 verse 8 to 10. Means tithes in the Hebrew, Mahishara. 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation.
Sunday, May the 31st. Sunday, May the 31st. That's the Sunday, May the 31st. That's a feast of first fruits, or the feast of Pentecostal.
Okay. Announce Holy Convocation from sheet. Remind Achaman, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school or to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we salute the priest.
We're going to give the teacher
we
one
give
courtesy
teacher one
salute.
courtesy salute. Man of Israel, Imadiam Shabbat, Imadiam Barak, Yahweh Shimi Ashai Brakatam,
Rakadah.
Barakatam.
Yahweh Shimi Ashai Brakatam.
And with that,
Yadiyamata.
we give it to Yazamata, the class dismissed.
End the stream, Mark.
Like in the sun start go down, scarf will start from